Welcome to the Stoic Way, the space where timeless philosophy meets the challenges of modern living. Today, we're delving into a topic that resonates with so many of us: dating in the modern world. Whether you're navigating the whirlwind of dating apps, struggling to bounce back from rejection, or yearning for deeper, more meaningful connections, this video is here to guide you. We'll explore how the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in resilience, self-awareness, and inner peace, can transform not just how you approach dating, but how you see yourself in the process. Get ready to discover practical, actionable strategies that empower you to date with confidence, wisdom, and authenticity. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to embrace challenges, stay true to yourself, and build connections that truly matter. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's embark on this journey together. 1. The stress of dating in the modern world. Modern dating can feel like stepping into a storm, fast-paced, chaotic, and overwhelming. The rise of dating apps, while making it easier to meet people, has created a paradox of choice. With endless profiles to swipe through, many men feel stuck in an exhausting cycle of decisions and comparisons. The constant notifications and pressure to stand out can amplify feelings of inadequacy. For instance, consider Matt, a 30-something professional juggling a demanding job and an active social life. He's downloaded several dating apps and sets aside time each evening to swipe and message potential matches. But over time, this routine begins to feel like a chore. Matches often fizzle out before a first date, or dates fail to meet his expectations. Matt starts questioning himself. Am I saying the wrong things? Am I not attractive enough? Is there something wrong with me? This constant cycle of effort and disappointment isn't uncommon. It often leads to what psychologists call decision fatigue and analysis paralysis, where having too many options makes it difficult to feel satisfied with any choice. Adding to this is the cultural narrative that finding the one is essential to living a fulfilled life. The result? Anxiety, self-doubt, and even burnout. Instead of finding joy in the process, many men find themselves withdrawing, doubting their worth, or feeling resentful about the world of dating altogether. But what if dating didn't have to feel this way? What if, instead of chasing perfection or worrying about external validation, you could approach relationships with calm, clarity, and confidence? This is where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism can make a profound difference. Rooted in principles like self-awareness, resilience, and emotional balance, Stoicism offers a refreshing perspective that cuts through the noise of modern dating. Imagine this. Instead of stressing over whether your date likes you, you focus on being the best version of yourself. Instead of fearing rejection, you learn to view it as a natural part of life and an opportunity to grow. Instead of feeling lost in the sea of options, you develop a clear sense of what you value and seek in a partner. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control the actions of others, we can control our own thoughts, emotions, and actions. In dating, this means letting go of the need for external approval and instead cultivating a mindset of self-assurance and purpose. By applying Stoic principles, you'll not only navigate the complexities of modern dating with grace, but also develop a deeper understanding of yourself and attract connections that resonate with authenticity and meaning. 2. Understanding the masculine role in Stoic dating. Stoicism offers a powerful framework for understanding and embracing your role in life, including in relationships. In the context of dating, it's not about conforming to outdated stereotypes of masculinity, but about embodying authenticity, clarity, and emotional resilience. For many men, modern dating can feel like walking a tightrope, balancing societal expectations with their own desires. Stoicism challenges these pressures by emphasizing self-awareness and intentionality. By defining your values, embracing your vulnerabilities, and being genuine, you can build a foundation for meaningful and respectful connections. 1. Define your values. Before diving into the dating pool, take time to reflect on what you truly want in a partner and a relationship. This might seem straightforward, but many people don't pause to think beyond surface-level preferences. What qualities do you admire? What kind of relationship dynamic do you seek? Example, consider Alex, who spent years dating without a clear sense of direction. He'd say yes to almost any opportunity, hoping something would click. After a series of unfulfilling relationships, Alex decided to sit down and write out his values. He realized he prioritized kindness, intellectual curiosity, and a shared passion for adventure. Armed with this clarity, Alex began filtering out matches who didn't align with his vision. The result, he started forming deeper connections and felt more purposeful in his dating journey. By defining your values, you avoid wasting time and energy on mismatches and instead focus on cultivating relationships that align with your authentic self. 2. Be authentic. In a world where social media often rewards curated versions of ourselves, authenticity can feel risky. But Stoicism teaches us that true confidence comes not from external validation, but from embracing who we are. Authenticity isn't about oversharing or trying to prove yourself. It's about showing up as you are, without fear of judgment. Example, imagine being at a party. One person, Jake, nervously tries to impress a group by boasting about a job he doesn't enjoy and hobbies he barely participates in. Another, Ryan, talks passionately about his love of hiking, even though it's not everyone's interest. Ryan's genuine enthusiasm draws people in, while Jake's performance feels hollow. Why? Because authenticity is magnetic. It signals self-assurance and sincerity. When you're authentic, you invite others to connect with the real you, and while this may not resonate with everyone, it will attract the right kind of people into your life. 3. Build relationships on mutual respect. Stoicism encourages men to approach relationships as partnerships built on mutual respect and shared values. This involves rejecting societal pressures that equate masculinity with external success, like wealth or status, and instead prioritizing emotional intelligence, empathy, and trust. Example. Take Chris, a man who used to think relationships were about providing in a traditional sense. Over time, he realized that emotional availability and shared growth mattered far more to his partner than expensive gifts or grand gestures. By embracing vulnerability and fostering open communication, Chris built a stronger, more balanced relationship. Stoicism reminds us that a healthy relationship isn't about dominance or control, but about being a partner who listens, learns, and supports. This mindset shifts the focus from trying to win at dating to cultivating genuine connections. Actionable insights. Practice self-reflection. Spend time journaling or meditating on your values and intentions before stepping into the dating world. Avoid comparisons. Remember, someone else's version of success doesn't define your worth. Communicate clearly. Be upfront about your intentions and respectful in your approach, whether it's a casual date or exploring something deeper. By understanding and embodying the principles of Stoicism, you can redefine what it means to date as a modern man. Embrace your role not as someone trying to prove themselves, but as someone offering authenticity, respect, and clarity. In doing so, you'll foster connections that stand the test of time. 3. Cultivating inner strength and emotional intelligence. In the unpredictable world of dating, resilience and emotional intelligence are your greatest allies. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining composure in the face of life's uncertainties, a principle that is especially relevant in modern relationships. By developing inner strength and emotional intelligence, you'll not only navigate dating challenges with grace, but also foster deeper, more meaningful connections. Resilience, the Stoic foundation. Dating, like life, is full of ups and downs, moments of excitement, connection, rejection, and disappointment. Resilience, a core Stoic value, is the ability to bounce back from these experiences without losing sight of your worth or goals. Stoics believe that while you can't control external events, you can control how you respond to them. Quote, "He who has power over himself has power over the world." Epictetus. When a date doesn't go as planned or you face rejection, resilience helps you frame the experience as a learning opportunity rather than a failure. It allows you to approach the next interaction with renewed clarity and confidence. Practical strategies for emotional intelligence. Regulate your emotions. Dating can evoke a wide range of emotions, from excitement and joy to frustration and disappointment. Learning to regulate your emotions is essential for maintaining balance. Mindfulness practice. Spend a few minutes each day practicing mindfulness or meditation. For example, focus on your breathing or observe your thoughts without judgment. This helps you stay grounded, even during emotionally charged moments. Reframing rejection. If someone doesn't return your interest, remind yourself that their decision is about them, not your intrinsic worth. Think of it as a natural part of the dating process rather than a personal failure. Imagine being ghosted after a promising date. Instead of spiraling into self-doubt, you pause, breathe, and remind yourself that the outcome doesn't define your value. This calm response not only preserves your mental health, but also keeps you open to new opportunities. Build emotional awareness. Emotional intelligence begins with understanding your own emotions. What triggers feelings of insecurity, frustration, or jealousy? By identifying these triggers, you can address them constructively rather than reacting impulsively. Journaling practice. At the end of each day, write about your emotions during interactions with potential partners. What made you feel good? What made you uncomfortable? Over time, this self-awareness will empower you to navigate future situations more effectively. Example, John realized through journaling that he felt insecure when his date talked about their successful career. Instead of letting this insecurity fester, he acknowledged it and worked on celebrating his own achievements, which improved his self-esteem and confidence. Express vulnerability wisely. Stoicism doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It encourages expressing them in a measured, intentional way. When you're open about your feelings, you create space for trust and connection. Balance, vulnerability with strength. Share your feelings in a way that invites understanding without overwhelming the other person. For instance, saying, "I enjoyed spending time with you and would like to see where this goes," communicates sincerity without overcommitting. Example, Paul, on a third date, felt nervous about sharing his passion for art, fearing it might seem too personal. Instead of holding back, he mentioned how painting helped him through tough times. His date appreciated the honesty, and it deepened their connection. Daily Stoic practices for mastering emotional intelligence. Journaling to process thoughts. Each day, write down your thoughts and feelings about your dating experiences. Reflect on what went well, what didn't, and what you learned. This helps you gain clarity and emotional insight. Affirmations to reinforce self-worth. Use daily affirmations like, "I am worthy of love and respect, regardless of others' opinions." These statements help you cultivate a strong sense of self-worth that isn't swayed by external validation. Reflect on Stoic teachings. Remind yourself of Stoic principles. For example, Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Reframing rejection. Rejection is one of the most common challenges in dating, but Stoicism teaches us that it's not a reflection of our value. Instead, it's an opportunity to grow. Example: after being turned down by someone he admired, Ethan reflected on the experience through his journal. He realized that the rejection taught him to value himself regardless of others' opinions and gave him insight into the kind of partner he truly wanted. By embracing these Stoic practices, you'll build the emotional resilience and intelligence needed to navigate the complexities of dating with confidence, wisdom, and authenticity. The power of assertive communication. Assertive communication is the cornerstone of building healthy and meaningful relationships. It's the middle ground between passivity, where you avoid expressing your needs, and aggression, where you impose them without consideration. Stoicism provides the tools to navigate this balance, emphasizing clarity, respect, and emotional composure. In dating, being assertive means expressing yourself authentically while also being receptive to the other person's perspective. It fosters mutual understanding, builds trust, and creates a solid foundation for connection. Key principles of assertive communication. 1. Be direct. When you express your intentions or set boundaries, clarity is essential. Ambiguity can lead to confusion or misaligned expectations. Stoicism teaches us to communicate with honesty and purpose, focusing on what we can control, our words and actions. Example: instead of saying, "Maybe we could hang out sometime," try something more direct like, "I'd love to take you to dinner this Friday." This statement is clear, confident, and leaves little room for misunderstanding. Even if the answer is no, you've respected yourself and the other person by being upfront. Practical tip: practice phrasing your requests or invitations in a concise, confident manner. Role-play scenarios with a friend or write down how you'd like to approach certain conversations. 2. Listen actively. Assertiveness isn't just about expressing yourself. It's also about showing genuine interest in the other person's thoughts and feelings. Active listening demonstrates respect and creates a safe space for open dialogue. Body language matters. Maintain eye contact, nod to show understanding, and avoid interrupting. Reflective listening. Paraphrase what the other person says to show you're engaged. For example, "It sounds like you've had a busy week. How are you feeling about it?" Example: during a date, if your partner shares a personal story, resist the urge to immediately relate it to your own experiences. Instead, focus on their emotions and ask thoughtful follow-up questions. This not only deepens the conversation, but also shows your attentiveness. 3. Respect rejection. Rejection is an inevitable part of dating, but how you handle it speaks volumes about your character. Stoicism teaches us to accept external outcomes gracefully, focusing instead on maintaining our composure and integrity. Graceful response. If someone declines your invitation or decides to end a relationship, respond with respect. A simple, "I understand and I appreciate your honesty," conveys maturity and self-respect. Reframe the experience. Instead of dwelling on rejection as a personal failure, view it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Example: imagine you've asked someone out and they politely decline. Instead of reacting with frustration or shutting down, you respond, "Thanks for letting me know. I wish you all the best." This not only preserves your dignity, but leaves a positive impression. Handling disagreements with composure. Conflict is a natural part of relationships, but the way you approach disagreements can either strengthen or weaken your connection. Assertive communication, guided by Stoic principles, helps you navigate these moments with maturity and self-control. Pause before responding. When emotions run high, take a moment to breathe and reflect. Ask yourself, what's the best way to express my thoughts while staying true to my values? This pause helps you avoid reacting impulsively. Focus on solutions, not blame. Frame your concerns in a way that encourages collaboration. For instance, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel unheard when this happens. Can we talk about it?" Example: During a disagreement about scheduling, Sarah becomes defensive, accusing her partner of not prioritizing her. Instead of escalating the conflict, her partner pauses, acknowledges her feelings, and responds calmly. "I see why you're upset, and I value your time. Let's figure out how we can make this work for both of us." This approach diffuses tension and fosters understanding. Stoic communication practices to cultivate assertiveness. 1. Daily reflection. At the end of the day, reflect on your interactions. Were you clear in expressing your needs? Did you listen actively? What could you improve next time? Affirmations for confidence. Reinforce assertive habits with affirmations like, "I communicate clearly and respectfully, staying true to my values." Practice emotional regulation. When emotions arise, use Stoic techniques like deep breathing or visualization to regain composure before responding. By embracing assertive communication, you'll not only improve your dating experiences, but also grow as an individual. It allows you to navigate relationships with clarity, respect, and confidence, setting the stage for connections that thrive on mutual understanding and trust. 5. Navigating rejection with Stoic resilience. Rejection is one of the most challenging aspects of dating, but it doesn't have to define you or your worth. Stoicism provides a framework for coping that empowers you to focus on what you can control while letting go of the rest. By shifting your perspective, rejection becomes not a source of despair, but a stepping stone for growth and self-discovery. Framework for coping with rejection. 1. Detach from outcomes. One of the central teachings of Stoicism is learning to separate your worth from external events. Rejection is often more about the other person's preferences, timing, or circumstances than it is about you. Example: imagine you've been ghosted after what felt like a great date. Instead of internalizing it as a personal failure, remind yourself that their decision reflects their journey, not yours. Detaching from outcomes allows you to maintain your self-esteem regardless of external responses. 2. Learn from setbacks. Every rejection is an opportunity for growth. Reflect on the experience and consider whether there's something you could improve, whether it's your communication, presentation, or choice of partners, or if it's simply a case of incompatibility. Example: after a few unsuccessful dates, Daniel realized he had been overemphasizing humor in conversations, which sometimes overshadowed deeper discussions. By adjusting his approach, he started fostering more meaningful connections. 3. Stay optimistic. Each rejection brings you closer to finding the right match. Stoics encourage seeing setbacks as part of a larger journey. Embrace the mindset that every no refines your understanding of what you want and deserve. Practical tip: create a gratitude list after rejections. Write down what you appreciated about the experience, whether it's gaining clarity about what you seek in a partner or learning more about yourself. Quote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Marcus Aurelius. The practice of negative visualization. To further build resilience, Stoicism recommends negative visualization. By imagining worst-case scenarios, you prepare yourself to face challenges without fear. How it works. Spend a few minutes imagining being turned down or ghosted. Visualize how you would respond calmly and constructively. Benefits. When rejection occurs, it feels less surprising and overwhelming because you've already rehearsed it mentally. Example, before a date, visualize the possibility that the chemistry might not be mutual. By accepting this possibility in advance, you'll approach the situation with a calm confidence, ready for any outcome. By practicing detachment, reflection, and visualization, you'll not only navigate rejection with grace, but also grow stronger with each experience. 6. Self-awareness and acceptance. True fulfillment in dating doesn't come from external validation. It comes from within. When you're clear about your values, desires, and limitations, you're more likely to attract a partner who aligns with your authentic self. Self-awareness allows you to approach relationships with clarity and confidence. Tips for cultivating self-awareness. 1. Reflect regularly. Journaling is one of the most effective tools for self-awareness. By reflecting on your dating experiences, you can identify patterns, uncover blind spots, and refine your approach. Example is Samantha noticed through journaling that she often prioritized her partner's needs over her own. This realization helped her set healthier boundaries in future relationships. Practical exercise. Write about 3 things after each date. What you enjoyed, what didn't feel right, what you learned about yourself and the other person. 2. Practice gratitude. Even in challenging situations, focusing on the positives helps shift your perspective. Gratitude cultivates a mindset of abundance, reducing feelings of frustration or scarcity in dating. Example, after a disappointing date, instead of dwelling on what went wrong, think about what went well. Perhaps you enjoyed good food, learned something new, or gained clarity about your preferences. Daily practice. List 3 things you're grateful for in your dating journey. Over time, this habit shifts your focus from frustration to optimism. 3. Release control. One of the hardest lessons in dating and life is accepting that you can't control every outcome. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's within our power, our actions, intentions, and mindset, and release attachment to what's not. Example, when a potential relationship doesn't progress as hoped, remind yourself that you did your best. Letting go of control reduces anxiety and keeps you grounded. Analyzing past patterns. Self-awareness also involves understanding your past patterns in relationships. By reflecting on what worked and what didn't, you can avoid repeating mistakes and ensure personal growth. Example, Emma noticed that in previous relationships, she often sought validation through overcommitment. By recognizing this pattern, she worked on building self-esteem independently, which improved her future relationships. Action steps. Review past relationships and note recurring themes. Identify areas for growth, such as communication, boundaries, or partner selection. Celebrate the strengths you brought to each relationship. A Stoic perspective on self-awareness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." By cultivating positive, intentional thoughts about yourself and your relationships, you shape a fulfilling dating journey. Self-awareness is not just about introspection, but about integrating what you learn into your actions. When you approach dating with clarity, gratitude, and acceptance, you radiate confidence and attract relationships that align with your true self. 7. Establishing healthy boundaries. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect and understanding, and setting boundaries is a vital part of ensuring that respect. Boundaries define what you are comfortable with and communicate your needs clearly to others, creating a foundation for trust and emotional safety. How to set boundaries effectively. 1. Communicate clearly. Be straightforward and unapologetic when expressing your limits. Stoicism teaches us to act with calm rationality, which is key when discussing boundaries. Instead of over-explaining or justifying, state your needs with confidence. Example, if someone is pressuring you to meet up when you're unavailable, respond with clarity. I'd love to see you, but my schedule is full this week. Let's plan for next week instead. 2. Enforce consequences. Setting boundaries isn't just about stating them, it's about standing by them. If someone repeatedly disrespects your boundaries, Stoicism encourages you to focus on what's within your control, your decision to walk away if necessary. Example, if a partner frequently cancels plans last minute despite your discussions, calmly say, I value reliability in a relationship. If this continues, it may not work for me. Then follow through if necessary. 3. Respect their boundaries. Healthy relationships are a two-way street. Just as you set your boundaries, it's essential to honor those of your partner. This mutual respect fosters trust and ensures both parties feel valued. Example, if your partner needs alone time after a long day, respect their request without taking it personally. Showing this understanding builds emotional safety. Why setting boundaries is self-respect. Setting boundaries is an act of honoring your own well-being. Stoicism reminds us that we are responsible for our inner peace and autonomy. It's not selfish to prioritize your needs. It's essential for building relationships based on equality and mutual care. Language for boundary setting. This is what I'm comfortable with. I need you to understand. I appreciate your perspective, but this doesn't work for me. Using calm yet firm language allows you to stand by your values without escalating tension. 8. Benefits of a Stoic approach. Adopting Stoic principles in dating does more than improve your relationships. It transforms your outlook on life. By focusing on what you can control and cultivating resilience, you become grounded, confident, and emotionally intelligent. Key benefits of Stoicism in dating. 1. Reduced anxiety. Modern dating is rife with uncertainties, but Stoicism helps you navigate them with composure. By focusing only on what's within your control, your intentions, words, and actions, you eliminate the stress of external outcomes. Example, instead of worrying about whether someone will call after a date, shift your focus to how well you communicated and whether you acted in alignment with your values. 2. Increased confidence. Resilience, a core Stoic value, builds inner strength. When you trust your ability to handle rejection or setbacks, you approach every interaction with self-assurance. Example, knowing that rejection is not a reflection of your worth allows you to take risks in dating, such as starting conversations or being vulnerable without fear. 3. Deeper connections. Authenticity, another Stoic principle, draws people to you. When you embrace who you are and express your values openly, you naturally attract partners who align with your character and goals. Example, rather than trying to impress someone with material success, focus on meaningful conversations that reveal shared values and interests. Fostering long-term fulfillment. Stoicism isn't just about surviving dating challenges, it's about creating a life filled with purpose and meaningful connections. This mindset helps you remain calm and focused, even during turbulent times. Key practices for lasting fulfillment. Daily reflection, journaling about your dating experiences and emotions helps you process challenges constructively. Gratitude, regularly remind yourself of the lessons and joys you've gained, even from setbacks. Mindfulness, Stay present in your interactions, valuing each moment for what it is. By approaching dating with a Stoic mindset, you lay the groundwork for relationships built on mutual respect, emotional resilience, and shared values. Dating doesn't have to be a source of stress or confusion. With the wisdom of Stoicism, you can navigate this journey with confidence, clarity, and authenticity. By focusing on what truly matters, your values, intentions, and resilience, you'll not only build meaningful connections, but also grow as an individual. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others navigating the dating world. Here's to embracing the journey, cultivating self-respect, and finding relationships rooted in purpose. See you in the next video.